We'll do another watch list here going into Wednesday, May 22nd. A lot of action coming into the markets here. It's staying hot out there in small cap land that I like to see. That's the niche I like to stay in. FFIE, I had joined some fade here, and once it started to hold this 120 line, put a line there, right here around 120, prior support, prior resistance, prior support, and then active support again. So just I had joined this lower high here, and once it held 120s, I had covered basically flat. A bit of fundamental story behind going on behind the scenes on this one, where they had that news that came out on this day when they were delinquent on their 10Q, and it said that they couldn't dilute until their earnings came out. They couldn't use their ATM. So they now have the 28th, I believe, is anticipated that the earnings are going to come out after market hours, which then after that would open up the floodgates for paper. And then you've also got the non-compliance delisting issues, but this thing is now over $1, and it's been over $1 for 4 days straight now. So they might want to either hold this up into earnings or hold this up over $1 for 10 consecutive days. All these things are possibilities. If 120 starts to fail, technical-wise, I think this goes sub 1. But fundamental-wise, there's a bit of a backstory here with earnings coming out, with paper right down the line, and the non-compliance stuff. So I'm keeping all those possibilities in the back of my head, and prepared for multiple scenarios, and ready to trade whichever one starts to play out. BNED, super sick multi-day breakout here through the 60s. Topped out there early morning, pull back, higher low, ABCD type setup. And then you get this week close right here where it closes around the 50s. Pulls back, week close, and retraps everybody. And once it re-breaks through the 60s, this thing goes on a tear here after hours. Over $1 is wild. So basically at this point, I'd just be looking higher the better. I think the bigger the gap, the more likely I am to fade a day 2 gap and crap type setup. TUP, this daily hasn't gone away. We got this push, pull, retest of prior highs and now higher lows, and we've got the wicks here. So I'd be setting price alerts here for the 240s and possibly looking to join a trend for a breakout if that comes. NVAX, I traded that breakout here today through the 15s. I had bought the opening range breakout here through the 1440s, and I sold right here into the mid to low 15s. And then you've got this sort of fail fall through momentum setup where you get this push, pull back, fails to break prior highs, and then breaks under this 1520s, come back, retest, and fades off. A textbook failed fall through short setup there. So basically, that was my trade there. Likely no real watch for me on it going forward. And we've got MGOL. Was a nice runner here today. Big percent gainer. History of some decent moves, so no real plans here for me. Just I'm going to keep an eye because it's up from 20 cents to $1.50, so good range. Either consolidates up near its highs, goes a bit higher and I get an overextended first red day trade, or it fades off for a couple days and I play a backside bounce. Any one of those 3 scenarios I would like to be prepared for, but not super interested in a trade there tomorrow. LiDAR, this name has proven that it likes to have secondary moves, and now that it's come back and this 450 line broke out in after hours and it's kind of settled back in, So we'll see how week opens act here. If it starts to build over 450s, could get another move. Woof. I'm liking the look of this one here. Floated back up here in after hours, but you've got these wicks here holding this looking left range into the 240s. All dips are getting soaked. So if this starts to break out over 260, I'll have price alerts there and potential trend join for a swing for a multi-day move, kind of like that big picture idea. And then IPW, I had mentioned this one a couple days ago, was up on earnings. And I wasn't expecting a pullback this easy. That's usually not the case for these earnings winners. But given that the catalyst was earnings, I expect an underlying bid on something like this. And it's had 2 clean red days where the morning high at 9:30 off open has acted as the high a day for the last 2 days now. And then looking left, you've got this huge volume profile in the 130s here, which is right around where it bottomed. So I'd be looking for weak opens here into the 130s, and then ideally get a bounce back up into the $2 range and get a little backside bounce there. So yeah, quite a few watches here going into tomorrow. Lots of action and daily chart big picture setups. Let's hope this action continues. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the room tomorrow.